Well, I'll tell you one thing. Vince's gym was, when I walked in there, it was the biggest disappointment I've ever seen in my life. I go to Vince's gym and see all these pulleys and cables. And first thing I went in there and I told Vince that I was inspired by the people who train in the show that were in the contest. That won in New York. And I said, I won a lot of the contest. He said to me, so what? You know what you look like? He says, you look like a jelly donut. So I says, all right, Vince. I said, you smart ass. I says, I look like a jelly donut. I'll tell you what. I said, I'm going to do everything you tell me to do, and I'm going to quit bench press, I'm going to quit squat, and I'm going to do this, and let's see what you can do for me. So what happened was, liver tablets, kelp. I mean, I was taking 40 liver tablets a day. I was taking kelp tablets. He wanted me to put liver in tomato juice or a V8 in a blender, and I tried that once, and I got sick. He had put me on all these pulley things. He had me do dips with a reverse grip, and Vince was amazed at my strength because I was cheat curling with 300 pounds, and I cut out all that stuff. And bench pressing. Well, he had a wooden bench. I was afraid I was going to break it. And he put me on a pulley machine, and he had a rowing machine that was just a watch line rope tied to a pulley. And he criticized me all the time. And that squat machine, it was a tricky way to use it. If you even no matter how strong you were in a regular squat, when you got to the halfway position, the body wouldn't transfer to the butt. What you had to do like a sissy squat and thrust your hips forward. Try the damn thing. I said, this stuff is working. So sore I could hardly walk. I went in. There was another contest later on, about 2-3 months later. I was called Mr. Heart of California. I won best back, most muscular, best abdominals, and took second. Ed Corney won. I can tell you one thing. I respected the man, and I wouldn't take any of his insults. I'd insult him back. We'd become best of friends. I'd go to his house for dinner, and Rick Jaffe was there, and that was about 1968.